love the release.
I chase bad bitches, accolades, got will, son, no castaway. I'm twice as good, get half the praise. There was sniper up and I blasted away.
Yo, what is up guys, you Techno here. We are back with another Clash Royale video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys my brand new Golem deck, which actually features the Mini Pekka, the Hog Rider, the Baby Dragon, the Guards, Fire Spirits, the Musketeer, and the Zap Spell. All these cards are really great defensive troops, and the Baby Dragon is perfect for taking out the problems that you typically would encounter with the Golem, such as hordes of items. So I'm going to be showing you guys this first battle here, and we're going to be going up some random Chinese dude is who we're going to be going up against. And he has a pretty well-known Hog Trifecta. Now, if you notice here, he deploys his cannon. I'm going to start off with my Golem, which is a little bit weird. Some may say, why is he starting off with his Golem? Well, if you look at the cards that I have cards that can defend pretty much anything he spits at me. The only quick pushes that he could really do, like really fast, that'll hurt me, are any Hog push, a Mini Pekka push, or a push of that matter. So I made sure that I have my Guards, my Mini Pekka, and my Musketeer. You could also have Guards, Mini Pekka Zap, Guards, Mini Pekka Fire Spirits is what you need. You need Guards and Mini Pekka to be in your hand if you're going to start off with the Golem. So that is the only reason why I started off with the Golem. Otherwise, I would have not started off with the Golem because it would have been a very bad decision. So that's pretty much all you guys need to worry about when starting off. So he's sitting at 10 Elixir. He deploys his level 2 Legendary. We're going to just, chill a little bit. We're going to wait till we get, I believe, 8 Elixir, and then we're going to deploy our Musketeer. He's going to deploy his Mini Pekka. I'm going to deploy my Mini Pekka, and then he's going to poison. I believe I'm going to deploy a Zap Spell, and then that's all I'm going to be using for this push. So now that the Golem exploded, the cannon is gone. He's going to be still frantically spending Elixir with a Golemite on his tower. He's going to deploy a cannon to lock it to the Golemite. My Musketeer is going to shoot this tower, get it down all the way to 1200 health. So if you notice right now, we are the ones with more Elixir than he does, even though we are using the more hefty deck. The deck that requires use of more Elixir. And he's just chilling here. He wasted a lot of Elixir trying to defend, which I guess really isn't wasting, but he didn't do an ideal job of defending that. We still got half of that tower gone because of that, and we're going to do a little minor push. He deploys his Poison Spell and his Mini Pekka and his Ice Wizard here. Now, he did spend more Elixir than we did countering our push, but the only reason why I gave him the well played was because of how he stopped that push. He had a very bad starting hand in the beginning. He struggled to defend our Golem, and as you can see, he was able to actually very well take out our mini push that we had going. And another advantage of this deck is that you could play this deck as straightly a Hog deck. You never have to deploy the Golem, which is amazing. That's very rare that you find in things like Golem decks or whatever. You could very rarely deploy the Golem inside of this deck. You don't even have to. There are battles where I go where I never have to deploy the Golem. There are other battles where I go where I don't really ever have to deploy my Hog Rider. It's just how the battle sometimes goes. Sometimes it's a one push kill. So I'm going for that right here. Now he's actually going to zap my Musketeer and rocket. I do not know why. He honestly should have just rocketed it. That would have made more sense. He's going to poison you. I'm going to give him the well played because he pretty much shut down my push. But as you can see, the Golem and the Hog Rider together are going to make it onto the tower. He does not know what to do. He's struggling. And again, we see the same troop combo here as the Golem taking down the tower. I'm going to deploy my other Golem. He's freaking out. He's still trying to, for some reason, defend my Golemites, which, don't have much damage. He had to defend that. I give him the good game because it's over. He's using his rockets to take out my Musketeer, which is completely newbie. Fail poison there. Honestly, all he got was my Wizard, which isn't even going to die from his poison. Then I believe he's going to zap my Wizard to death for some reason. I laugh at him because that was such a noob move. You don't do that. But yeah, that was honestly a very well played for us. I'm going to show you guys another battle. Alright, so we're going up against Christian here, and he's using a very popular giant deck right now. I believe he had the poison in this deck. He's using Giant, Princess, Ice Wizard, and I believe, yeah, he also had the Miner. Okay, so he's using a crazy deck. So I'm just going to deploy my Hog Rider because I really don't have anything good to play here. Notice how much Elixir he wasted on my just simple Hog Rider. He wasted 5 elixir trying to take out my 4 elixir hog rider, and I still got 2 hits off. Sometimes, guys, sending in something as simple as the hog rider can make your opponent spend more elixir. You never want to let your opponent build up a massive push, especially with a giant. Just because of how cheap the giant is, only costing 5 elixir, it's deadly. So as you guys can see, we stopped his giant, only made his giant get 3 shots on the tower. We actually have a pretty decent counter push here. We're going to force him to spend more elixir than he wants to. He's going to wind up zapping the musketeer, which is still going to get off a shot. And if you notice a similarity in the battles within the last battle that we had, the man had no elixir. If you look at this battle, the man has no elixir. We're the ones at 8 elixir. He's struggling, and we're using the heftier of the 2 decks, the deck that requires you to use more elixir. And immediately we have a hog rider push coming in. He's struggling. I don't even need to zap here. Honestly, I'm just going to save elixir. This deck requires you to be smart and save elixir, especially for being a golem deck without the pump inside of it. So he's going to do a very stupid move here, honestly, guys. It was not a good idea for him to do this. He does, I believe, get 5 hits off with his giant, but still, I mean, he could have done this way better. He does almost take our tower down, but he almost spends all of his elixir in the process, which does not benefit him at all. He hasn't even showed us his Sparky yet. Like, he has not done a proper push yet, and I honestly believe that was his mistake. So he's gonna waste a wizard. If you notice, the wizard never even touches our musketeer. He ignores the musketeer, allowing it to get off 1 more shot. And we're gonna counter his 5 elixir wizard with our 3 elixir guards, which is actually gonna fail, but our tower is gonna help. So technically it didn't really fail. This is gonna be my first time, I believe, showing the golem. We're gonna let that miner take down our tower because we really don't care. He could take down that tower if he wants just by sending a giant on it. We won't be able to defend it. So now we're going to go for a massive push. So he's, he decided that he's not going to back up his giant. He's going to try to defend his tower that's had almost no hit points left, which was honestly, I think, his worst mistake this battle. He should have just let me take the tower. He should have worked on his push to crown me, and I would have been in trouble after he shut down my push. So he's going to deploy his wizard there. We're going to take that out. We're going to take out his giant. Now we have a massive counter push, and this is where the game ends. He's going to deploy his princess. He's going to do that. I'm going to deploy my hog rider. My hog rider is going to get severe damage done to the tower. A lot of damage getting done here, guys. And now all we need to do is just defend and get our hog rider to the tower. Maybe 2 more times, depending on how well he plays. And we're going to shut down his Sparky, which was honestly the worst deployment of Sparky I think I've ever seen in my entire life. He's going to deploy his miner there. I'm not too worried about that. We're going to deploy our hog rider. Now we have a mini pekka. We also have the baby dragon. We'll give him a thumbs up, and that's going to be game. Mini pekka takes the tower down. So I'm going to be showing you guys yet another replay with this amazing deck. Alright, guys, so now we're going up against a female, Kaisar Sinta, Heart. And she, I'm guessing it's a she because of the hearts in the name, is using a disgusting Royal Giant deck. So what do we need to do to these people that use Royal Giant? We need to make them cry brutally. So apparently she's a little surprised that I'm rocking the baby dragon, I'm guessing. But that's, I guess, what you need to do. She's going to send the WoW. She's going to shut this push down very well. Takes out the Pekka. My baby dragon's only going to get 2 shots on his tower, on her tower, which was very well played. But if you notice again, we do have more elixir yet again. So he's going to deploy this royal, she's going to deploy this royal giant behind her wizard, which was honestly the stupidest thing ever. Going to deploy the guards to take that out, and that's all I need to do. We're going to let this take a little bit more damage. We're going to take the extra shots. We're going to now have a counter push with the hog rider. Now, a very, very poor decision on her behalf is deploying the barbarians. If you notice, I quickly deploy my baby dragon there to take out those barbarians because I don't want to have to deal with barbarians. Fun fact, if you guys don't know, a level 3 baby dragon, if an opponent has level 9 barbarians, the barbarians will actually get to your tower with the level 3 baby dragon on it. So she had level 10 barbarians. I was not taking the chances. I wanted to make sure that they got rid of it without me having to spend more elixir. So that was 4 elixir to counter the 5 elixir barbarians, and that was honestly a very positive trade. So I'm getting ready. I'm going to deploy my musketeer in the back. Now I pretty much know the deck she's using. A royal giant barbarian wizard deck. At this point, I don't know what spells she has because she hasn't really used any of her spells. She's going to deploy her royal giant here. We're going to deploy our guards. Honestly, that was all we can do. I send in, now look at this. Because I had nothing to defend, I send in my hog rider on the other lane. And that hog is going to take that tower down to 1,400 or less, I believe. Yeah, 1,200. So that was a very bad mistake on her behalf, because now I have so much damage done to both of her towers, simply because she deployed that Royal Giant when she didn't have much elixir. So now this is going to be the first time we're showing our Golem. Going to deploy Fire Spirits on it, wasting a crap ton of elixir. And another good use for the Hog Rider in this deck is you could actually send the Hog Rider in on the Inferno Tower, the Cannon, or the Tesla. In this case, it's going to be the Cannon. And then this push right here is going to take the tower. As you can see, a very common theme. We have more elixir than the opponent does with this much more heftier deck. We also had the same push of Golem and Hog Rider on the tower. So they're going to start their Golem up over there. I'm going to deploy my thing over here, my mini Pekka. Now, I honestly wish that she took my tower, because then if that was the case, I would have been able to get the 2 crown, and that would have helped out my crown chest a lot. So unfortunately, because they were using the Royal Giant, you have to BM them. That's the only thing. So that was an epic one. I'm going to show you guys another one. Alright, so we're going to begin a booty. I'm sorry, that's so cringy. So he's going to start off with his elixir pump, I believe, which is honestly the smartest thing he could have done. We're going to send in our little push over here. He's going to use the Inferno Tower to stop it. We're not going to invest anything else into his push. Now we know he has the Inferno Tower, which honestly was such great information for us to know. If you also notice, we do have more elixir than him, but he has that pump down. So he's constantly going to be having the advantage as long as he keeps that elixir pump down. So he's going to start off with his Giants coming in. Now I don't want him to spend too much elixir, so here's what I do. I deploy guards. He's not going to defend a baby dragon. But with the guards there and the baby dragon tanking, I forced him to spend elixir. It's much more enticing. So now he can't back up his giant with the barbarians like he was probably going to do. He's going to use his minions to back it up. We're just going to use our mini Pekka. Giant only gets 1 shot on the tower, which honestly was great. Nothing else is needed. So the way I look at it is, we figured out he has Inferno. We were able to lure out his barbarians early, way before he could use it. And this is what pressure does. Okay, this is what pressure does. He was so pressured by our counter push that he was not expecting, that instead of deploying his Inferno, which was a logical thing to do, he deployed his elixir pump. That's what pressure does to you. So not only did he select the wrong troop, he's just gonna let our troops get to the tower, and then he's gonna arrow because of his big mistake. I'm just gonna zap his elixir pump there and his tower to get 1 more shot from my musketeer and make him not make that 1 elixir. So that was actually a very valuable zap right there. He does happen to have a little bit more elixir than us, but notice he doesn't have any pumps down. He hasn't even cycled back to his elixir pump yet. He hasn't even cycled back to his minions yet. So this is we're gonna show our Golem. We're about to hit 2 times elixir. By the time that Golem reaches the bridge, we should be around 2 times elixir. So that's the only reason why I deploy the Golem at this point. Now he's actually going to deploy his Hog Rider here in front of his Giant, which is kind of stupid. I'm not gonna lie, it was retarded of him. He's gonna fireball my musketeer, which he already knows does not work. And then this right here, we're going to take a long time defending this. He's going to have that up there. Now, here's what I'm doing. I'm actually going to zap to reset his Inferno Tower, get the Fire Spirits. Golem's going to punch it 1 more time. That's it. It's gone. I'm going to send in the Baby Dragon to take care of these Barbarians and the Minions, which honestly is extremely well. Worked very well. We're going to be able to we give him the thumbs up because he's stressing out using his Giant to defend. Only was able to get 1 pump down, if you guys noticed. We had 2 musketeers on that Giant. Giant's not even going to be able to get a shot. We're going to be able to take out the Barbarian before he reaches our tower. We're going to deploy a Golem right here. He's going to early, I would say, deploy his Inferno Tower, which is perfect for us, honestly, guys. Because now, if you look right here, he's going to have to arrow that. We're going to zap a little too late. My Golem already busted, but look at the guard. That guard was actually able to get that tower down. All I need to do now is zap 2 times because I know how much damage my zap does. When a Fire Spirit, all we need to do is defend, and he has a long way of coming before he's doing any damage to us. So I'm pretty much just going to cycle back to my troops, only deploying defensive troops, not deploying things like my Hog Rider. I only want troops to defend because I don't need him getting his troops to my tower. That's dangerous, especially because he has that fireball and arrows. I give him the good game. This is such a massive push we have coming at him. I deploy the mini Pekka, and I laugh at him. Baby Dragon does splash, and I zap his tower for the game. I give him the thank you for using the typical deck, and that's going to be a win against a booty. So yeah, it's a very powerful deck. I've been winning quite a bit with it. But if you guys enjoyed this video, why not leave a thumbs up? It really helped me out a lot. Make sure you guys subscribe for more Clash Royale decks. And I just wanted to say, peace out.